Hello everyone! Welcome to Downtown Tailoring. I think today is the day that I can explain very well without any doubt how to connect the Flatfell when you are taking waist in a jeans. Spoiler alert, the trick is to not connect it, but we are gonna see. And please let me know in the comment if that was understood, and if there is another way, just write it on. So let's go! This is the pair of jeans I need to take in the waist. And of course I have multiple videos about taking waist, you know the drill. What we are gonna concentrate today is in the Flatfell. Let me show you this sample. This is a piece of jeans, it has a Flatfell as well. And I'm gonna just open it and not be too careful on purpose. So as you know, most of the jeans use chain stitch. And the chain stitch is very easy to open. You just have to yank it and it will just go. Look at how the Flatfell is done. I have two pieces of fabric. One is folded looking down and the other is folded looking up. So they kind of interlock each other, and this is how it gets clean all the way. But I don't know if you are nervous yet. I've been opening and closing it, and you know, when you do that, it will be so difficult to put it back in the right place. Of course we can try. I'm just putting all the little holes together and sewing, expecting the best, and you know, it's not looking bad. I'm gonna just top stitch. I'm sorry, I'm using a thread that you cannot see, but it doesn't really matter. I sewed it back, and at the top part it seems okay, it's all strong, but look at that. You see, it moved. The Flatfell is very delicate, and you can change the symmetry on the jeans. So you have to be careful when you work with the Flatfell. So let's say that I have those jeans. I pin it to my customer. And now I'm just marking the pins. As you can see, I'm pulling it a lot because if you don't do that, you might mark what is not the real mark. And this is why I mark at the top and at the bottom as well. And then I'm gonna take the measurement of how much I need to take in. And in this case, it's it's 1.5 inches. And then I'm gonna proceed to open the waist. I'm going to start opening the belt loops. You know, I'll go very slowly and nicely. And because I don't want to lose that belt loop, I always pin it in my pants so I don't lose them. I'm just laughing because my colleague did a pants and then he couldn't find the belt loop. Because we needed to do a hem, he used that fabric and make a new one. And then when the customer came and tried on, she said, "Oh, you put a new belt loop, thank you." Okay, I opened the waist, and the waistband as well has a chain stitch, so easy peasy. And now what I'm gonna do is to mark where I need my seam. And remember that I need to take in 1.5 inches that divided by 2 will be 3/4. So I'm gonna mark 3/4 inch from the left stitch of my Flatfell. And then I'm gonna keep marking all the pinning. What I do is just measure how much is the pin, and then I divide it by 2 and I'm marking. That way I make sure that I'm taking in exactly the amount I pin, but in the right place, of course, because even if you want to pin it perfectly, because the Flatfell is so thick, sometimes you just can't. So you have to kind of shift it a little bit so you can pin it. I have my mark, and now I'm gonna make a line just connecting together the points I just made. Usually that line today is pretty straight, but sometimes you need to make a little curve, mostly when your pants is a low waist. But in this case, it's all good. And I'm gonna still making a little curve just to connect my mark with the Flatfell. I mean, the marking, of course, because you don't want a point. You want to be very nicely. And I have to take in more or less until this point, but I'm gonna open my pants way more. I'm gonna open until like a very low at the bottom, because that way you will have a nice line without, the connection, and your job will look way better. So what I do, I'm gonna go low more or less, and I'm gonna, just choose a point, and I'm gonna cut, my chain. Because when I open from the top to the bottom, I don't want everything to get open and then everything gets ruined. So remember, just yank and the loop gets up, and that's it. Done. I'm gonna do the same at the other one, but this one is getting a little bit more tricky to do, but that's not a problem. When that happens, what you need to do is to go at the right side of the material and open a few stitches, and then you can just pull it. Here, this is giving me a little bit of hard time. Remember that I'm trying to be very careful here, because you just saw it. When the Flatfell get undone, you lose completely the symmetry and the job doesn't look good. This is why I'm gonna put some pins right now in everything that is open until now. Usually I open both stitches and then I pin it, but because right now the thread is being a little stubborn, I'm gonna pin everything first, and that way I make sure that my fabric doesn't move and I can keep the symmetry of my pants. Now I'm free to try again and remove all the thread. Done. And then I'm gonna put the rest of my pins. Now I'm ready to start sewing, and I'm supposed to stitch on the mark I did and then going down until I can. Because as I told you, you will have to leave about 1 inch, 1 inch and 1/4 of the Flatfell without sewing. And look at what happened here. You see there is a defect. The original is not matching, but anyways, I'm gonna try to make it match. I will start sewing the Flatfell only. And remember, I lift the foot, drop the needle, and then drop the foot. And I just stitch that little bit. And it's not perfect, but I think it's a little better than the original. So I fix it a little bit. Now I can make my new seam on my new line. And as you can see, I'm going to connect the new line with the old line, and I have to go slowly and steady so it's softened and it doesn't make any point. And I keep sewing until I can. As you can see, I'm going very careful and very slow, and there is a piece of the fabric that I couldn't connect. That's normal. It's impossible to do it because you have 2 stitches there. So this is my seam. You see how I went, and look at that. You see there is not a real connection. I left about 1 inch, 1 inch and 1/4. But now you can see I have my seam secure, so I can move my pants. I can do whatever I want, and I won't have any problem. You see? While my pants has been taken in. Then the next question I've been asked is, what do you do to clean it? You can clean it 2 ways. One way is to cut the excess of seam allowance, serge, and then you just top stitch. And using this method is less bulky and you can really leave more seam allowance. But usually my customer like a little bit more when I repeat the Flatfell. Anyways, I repeat it a little bit bigger because, redo just in case. But what I'm doing, I'm cutting it a little bit of the material inside, but instead of leaving 1/4 inch, I'm leaving about 3/8 or half an inch. And then I'm gonna stitch the rest of the seam allowance over. And now I can cut a little bit of the excess just to make sure that it doesn't surpass the seam. And now I can top stitch. Remember that all those Flatfells together is very thick, so it's a very good idea to use your hammer. And now I'm gonna make my top stitch. I'm gonna start by the stitch at the right, and as you can see, I have to connect the new one with the old one, you see? I've been criticized because I'm gonna lose a little bit the original seam, and some people understand that that doesn't look good, but in general I've never had a customer that have complained about that. So as you can see, now I connect and I'm gonna make the second stitch, but I always measure with my foot the width of the other stitch, because usually it's the width of your foot, but not always. I'm making sure to go in my new measurement, and I'm going very slowly because again I have to connect the new top stitch with the old top stitch in a very soft manner. And look at that, you see, it's done. This is how it looks inside. As you can see, it's very similar to the Flatfell, just a little bit bigger, and this is how it looks outside. And as you can see, I know that it doesn't look pre-washed, what they say, but after the customer wash those pants a few times, it gets better. Now I have to serve a customer, but my colleagues will finish that waist for me. And look at that, this is the result. This is my new waist. It's all done. Please let me know in the comments if this time I explain a little better how the Flatfell is connected when you are taking waist in your jeans. And if you find this video useful or entertaining, please give us a like, give us a hype. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment. Bye!